Hello everyone, my name is Zelda Kelly. I'm with PsychicSecrets.com and welcome back to the Great 78. I'm really excited to bring this series to you and I hope you're enjoying it as well. And before I begin, if you don't mind liking, subscribing, hit that notification bell, that helps me and I want to continue to bring you content constantly. So I appreciate you so much. But today on the Great 78, as promised, we are bringing you the Emperor. You see how he sits on his throne, very stoic, I think if there's anyone, this Emperor really looks like a ruler. Now, I've pulled out his counterpart, the Empress, and you can see the difference between the two of them. She's relaxed, he's more rigid. So maybe as time goes on, we'll compare the two because really they are definitely a contrast to each other, but connected. And I'll show you how that connection rolls. So when we get to that point. So we're going to start off as usual, and I'm going to go to the key. Now the key is the number 4. The color, the prominent color in this is red, and we'll get to that also. The Hebrew letter is the H-E-H or Heh, and the meaning is a window. You know, every time I think of that, I think the eyes are the windows to the soul. Maybe, I don't know, but it just reminds me of this card. The letter number is the number 5. The astrological sign is an Aries, definitely an Aries, and very fiery alchemy. So that is definitely a part of this card. And you can see that with the ram's heads. See? Now, the musical note, I love this part, don't you? The musical notes are the C natural. Now, the attributions of this card, really, all you really need to know are the attributions, and you can probably read if you're just learning. But I like to give you a little bit of backstory and explain what a lot of these elements are. So the attributes are that this emperor has discernment, vision, outlook. He contemplates, and that's one of the things. He has reasoning, he has foresight, admits light and air. So you see, he's not one to jump to conclusions. So while you're reading, you don't want to jump to conclusions. You want to make sure you have all the facts. You want to make sure that you are looking to the future. You want to look into things. I know you get it. So as we go on, he is sitting very rigidly on this stone throne. And he's ready to go into battle, and you can see that by his armor. I love that about him. He is a card of hard work and of any type of industry, I'm going to say. But this is a part of wise years of experience. And the invitation of this card for you or anyone that you are reading for, or the inquirer, is to strive to become an emperor one day, using all those attributes for yourself. So let's get started. This is an Ankh, the Egyptian Ankh. And he holds this in his right hand because that is considered a power hand. And he basically, which is in a definite contrast with our sweet little Empress, both complementary but very much of a contrast. So you can see that he has a rocky, desolate environment, which is very different from the Emperor's green and lush background. And the Ankh tells us that he still represents life, because that is the Egyptian symbol of life, is the Ankh. So he's basically the masculine equivalent of the Empress. Now this is considered a golden apple. Now some say it's just a sphere, some say it's an orb. Regardless of what it is, whether it's an apple sphere or an orb, it is considered a symbol of power. And it actually represents the whole world. And like the emperor's or empress's scepter, you see here, it signifies his authority. So they both have this authority on the earth. Isn't that neat? I like that, how both cards just move in and really both meanings flow, and it makes the whole type of thing flow. Okay, so anyway, so the throne. Now this throne is very interesting because it is a very rocky, very rigid, very strong, where you have the foreheads of the rams, and is once again in contrast to our Empress's very comfy and very cozy little couch, basically her little lush throne, basically. And the gray color of his throne represents his impartiality. And I love that. The four corners can mean the four corners of Earth. It can mean a world compass. It can mean that the four elements. And it still reiterates this golden apple. I like to think that this is an apple, even though it does represent the world. So this all represents his masculinity, but still connects him to the Empress, who is in connection with Venus. So the Rocky Mountains behind him. Now this is very interesting because this is a barren landscape, which is, here we go again, contrast to our sweet Empress, lush greenery in the background, and simultaneously alludes to the mountain range of the Fool card. Now we're going to see here, we see the mountain range, and it basically means that it's a reminder of the challenges that we face and that what we have ahead. And with that being said, it also tells us that the Emperor is immovable to resolve. He is resolved to act upon his own authority. So he's, I'm going to say, unmovable, unshakable. He's going to stay until he finds out the truth about a certain situation. So you see here, this little river, and sometimes this is, we don't notice this, but you see in this two sides of the cards there, there's the river that runs behind the Emperor. I love this because even though it contrasts with the very strict and rigid mountains, it basically tells us that it reminds us of the Emperor's femininity. Why? Because, once again, this river connects the Empress to the Emperor. And the Emperor sometimes looks just as stern as these mountains. He does look pretty stern, doesn't he? Look at his little face. He's on a mission. Look, he's got a furrow in his brow, practically. Pretty handsome little fellow, though, isn't he? And basically, it just means that he is rooted, and maybe even rooted in his own sensuality. Now, he's got a red robe on. And like the Empress's red sofa or couch, this red robe illustrates the passion and virtue of his authority. He rules with passion. And it is basically the dominant, as you can see, it is the dominant color of the card. The really cool thing of it is sometimes they say that the Empress and the Emperor, the Empress represents sunrise and the Emperor represents sunset. So if you're working on timing or using any timings as far as that is concerned, that sometimes can help you. Sunset to sunset, sunrise, maybe. It depends on how you're reading and who you're reading for. Now, He's got this armor, and we've talked about this before, but it's a symbol of his strength and power, and he's always prepared. You see how he's got his robe up over one knee? That means he can jump into action immediately, enacting his will. And but basically, though, with this river behind him, it also suggests that he has a big heart, a soft heart. Lastly, the crown. Now, we saved that for the last because it symbolizes his authority as the ruler. But unlike some of the other kings, it is a closed dome shape. And that really shows that he has the lack of some recognition to a higher power. But the emperor's crown is self-sufficient and self-reliant. So he depends on himself many, many times. So the power he leads with is from within. Now, when you're reading, the upright meaning can mean that it is someone who acknowledges skills as a leader. It is an opportunity to present or take charge or lead, and basically with all fairness, equality, and that is the goal that you have in mind with this particular card. It encourages you to enact your vision for a project sometimes. It also reminds you to communicate that you have a vision and effectively to the people that you also lead. So if you're a business owner or someone in a leadership position, it means that, well, this is a reminder that while you may be a leader, communication is key to many, many people. So it encourages others to lead effectively as you. So you want to lead as an example and be an example to people around you. I love this card. But let's talk about the reverse now. Upside down or reverse meanings, I don't do that. Now, reverse, this is basically a warning of a tyrannical leadership. It suggests very over-demanding, overthinking, rigid, encourages you to actually step back, take a look at yourself, and ask the question, are you really leading the way you should be leading? Are you fair? Are you making the right decisions? Do you have the respect of the people? Are you listening? Anytime you see this in reverse, it is questioning the true leadership of someone. And it could be with your inquirer person, or it could mean within a group that they're inquiring about. Regardless, it means to humble yourself and lead with the other's well-being in mind. I love this card. I think you are too. And from now on, when you see this card come out, you're going to know that this is a ruler of authority. And definitely, even if you, nothing else, view this card as a decision maker, as a card that decides in fairness, I think you've got a good definition, all-around definition of this card. So thank you so much for watching The Great 78. Our time goes very, very quickly. I love it when we're together. But next time on The Great 78, we're going to talk about our friend, the Hierophant. And you can see that there's a lot of symbols there in this card, and that's going to be very interesting for you. So again, I thank you for joining me in this series, The Great 78 with the Emperor, and I'll see you again next time. You be well until we meet again. Bye-bye.